Hey, this is Walter Jones.
This is Austin St. John.
And you're listening to Ranger Danger.
They've got a comprehensive knowledge of a show from when they were kids. They've got some cheap recording equipment and spare time. No one will ever listen to this show, but they're gonna record it anyway. Go, go, Ranger Danger. Ooh, go, go, Ranger Danger. Ooh, go, go, Ranger Danger. Madam Michael's Ranger Danger. Ba-dum, 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 ba-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Go, go, mango danger. It's so juicy. Go, go, mango danger. Sweet and fruity. Go, go, mango danger. Matt and Michael's mango danger. Ranger danger, ranger danger, ranger danger, ranger danger. In a podcast in life, they must fight to survive. Shackled by the chains of their past. They're the biggest of geeks, 'cause they watch every week. Subscribe to see if they can last. Go, go, Ranger Danger. They can't ever stop. Go, go, Ranger Danger. They will podcast till they drop. Proudly forever. Dino Charge, yeah, whatever. Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Ranger Danger, Dino Charge. We are two very awesome people who listen to your show. That's why we wrote this email, 'cause we wanted you to know. We've thought this through all the way. So we wrote this to tell you, hey, it's Kelsey and Rik. Put us on the show. Hey, it's Kelsey and Rik. Just making sure you know we would both love to be on Matt and Michael's Ranger Danger.
Welcome once again to the Ranger Danger podcast. This is the podcast where we watch an episode of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers and then we talk about it afterwards.
It sure is.
We're going to watch episode 89 of Mighty Morphin Power Rangers today, which is entitled Goldar's Vice Versa.
What do you think Goldar vice versa's?
Well, maybe we could ask our guests that in a second after I introduce them.
Sure.
So, very special occasion today. We've got our first ever international guests who are actually international right now.
Yep.
We've got Rik joining us from the Netherlands. Welcome, Rik.
That's me.
That is you. Welcome to the show.
It kind of feels like we're doing a model UN thing.
Yeah,
like
close enough.
Because we're all
It's
white.
a peace conference.
That's right. So we're going to have to ask you to leave after this, and we'll replace you with somebody who looks slightly like you. And we've also got Kelsey joining us all the way from the United States of America. Welcome, Kelsey.
Hello.
Yeah, you're on the show. That's exciting for you, presumably, because we're big stars, right?
Don't flatter yourselves.
Yeah, I mean...
Oh, ouch. You're off the show.
So
I thought he was already off the show.
We should say Rik and Kelsey have been fans for a while. They sent us very early emails.
Yes, that's right.
And sent us an email a couple of months ago that was very nice and contained some very good bribe material.
Yes, it did.
To get them on the show.
Yeah.
So we wrangled it.
We made it happen, and here they are.
Yeah, so if you would like to be on the show, come on, give us some bribes.
Yeah, definitely money. Like, it wasn't money for these guys, but we'll take money.
We no guarantees. I don't want people to get the impression that if they just give us a lot of money, because this is a lot like...
That's exactly what I want. That's the exact impression I want to give.
All right. Would you like to ask the new guest questions?
Yeah, but just a second. Kelsey, I probably shouldn't be asking you this on air, but do you mind if we use what you performed for the intro of this episode?
Oh, Sure. Yeah.
Yes, perfect.
So you'll
on
have-
air promise.
You'll have now already heard it.
Yeah.
Anyway.
So I would like to thank you, Kelsey, for that thing that the listeners have already heard. It was amazing. We were both very impressed. And
I
Rick,
cried in the bathroom at work.
that's that's a lot sadder than it sounds.
It's about as sad as it sounds.
And Rick drew an amazing illustration of the pumpkin wrapper, which
We'll put on the Facebook or the Twitters or the you face.
yeah, I really appreciate both of those. So Rick and Kelsey, the last two people we had on the show that we didn't know personally were Austin St. John and Walter Jones. So we need you to live up to those standards. Is that okay? Can you do that for us?
I
Sure.
have terrible audio, so I have no idea what you just said.
I was just saying that you need to live up to Austin St. John and Walter Jones'
Oh,
standards.
yes, easy.
Cool. All right, good. Glad we got that out of the way. So, tradition on the show, new guests, we asked them about their first experiences with Power Rangers. Rick, we might go with you first. Can you remember your first experience with the Power Rangers?
I can't really remember a time before Power Rangers. I
Feels
think
like
they
that would
started
be here.
airing it here when I was like 5, and I don't really remember much before I was like 10. So I've always had Power Rangers in my life.
I was the same way. I've pretty much had it since I've had memory as a human.
And then when
so
I was like, delay. I'm sorry.
No, that's all right. I was going to ask, was that Mighty Morphin when you started watching, Rick?
Yes, and that's basically the only one I saw.
Okay,
Like,
right.
When it got into like Zeo and space, I was totally over it.
I see. You were done with Power Rangers by then.
Yes,
None of this Zeo shenanigans for you, Rick.
I have no time
so-
for this.
Was that because you aged out of it, do you think, or you just had other interests?
I think they stopped airing it like as regularly as they were doing it, so that didn't help. And then I kind of lost interest, I guess. Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
I'm
fair enough.
imagining, I don't know how old Rick is, but I'm imagining like a 6-year-old Rick going, this television show bores me.
Guys, I'm 42 years old.
He was shipping like champagne as he was watching it. He's like, the novelty is worn off.
I'm no longer interested in this. Bring me some new television. What are these turtles that you speak of?
So Kelsey.
Oh, I'm so
you're-
sorry.
Sorry, Rick, I didn't mean to cut you off there.
It wasn't really interesting, so go on.
Oh, okay. Well, we're going to come back to you in a second. Kelsey, first experiences with Power Rangers.
Okay. I was raised in a household where I was not allowed to watch television that my parents seemed too violent or stupid.
Sure, yeah. I get
Power
that.
Rangers would definitely fit that.
Both
Yeah.
of those, yeah. Yeah.
So I didn't really watch Power Rangers until I got into internet critics and internet reviewers. And I found Linkara's History of the Power Rangers,
Right, yeah.
which I marathoned in a day, I think.
That was
And then-
Linkara's reviews, not Power Rangers itself, presumably.
Right.
Yep.
But then I got Netflix that Christmas, and I'm like, now I'm going to watch all of these. So I made it up through Zeo, I think.
Wow.
Holy
that's-
shit!
Yeah, exactly.
You don't even have the excuse of nostalgia. You just watch it on purpose.
Yeah, that's what's kind of amazing to me, because I just assumed that anyone who didn't watch it as a kid wouldn't be able to hack it as an adult.
We've had
I
people
wouldn't.
on the show who didn't watch it as kids, and they very much find it difficult to cope.
Yeah. So yeah, that's really interesting. All right, Rick, jumping back to you. Before you started listening to the podcast, your last experiences with Power Rangers, did you follow up like with it during your adult years at all, or?
Yes, when I was about 17, I got back into the nostalgia thing, and
Yeah.
then I found a German box set with all the first season episodes,
Wow.
which
okay.
I bought, and then
Was that dubbed into German?
unfortunately yes, but there's also an English version on most of the DVDs.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
And then
Is it Power Rangers? I don't speak German.
No.
No. Anyway,
and then a British man who was in love with me bought seasons 2 and 3, which is a story for another time.
Yes, it
so
is. No, why is that not a story for now?
I thought we were kind of pressed for time. I don't know.
What gave you that impression? We have all the time in the world for this.
this
this
sounds
is very embarrassing.
like the most interesting story anyone's told on this podcast.
Yeah. I mean, we don't want to. If you're not comfortable, you don't have to tell us. But
Oh, no,
we
it's
had-
just
we
that
had
I
Walter
just
Jones
gave away the
tell us
most
why he's a
interesting part, I
Nigerian
guess.
Prince.
Sorry, what was that?
We had Walter Jones tell us why he's a Nigerian prince, and this is going to be the best story.
All right, Rick. So yeah, if you're happy to tell us this story, please.
When I was like 17, I discovered the internet, and I got onto lots of forums, and one that stuck was a Tomb Raider forum, and I became friends with a lot of people, and two of them came over to the Netherlands for vacation, and one of them was a man. He was like 3 years older than me, and he turned out to be in love with me, and the girl that went along was in love with him, so it was really complicated.
Wow.
And he bought me, it was a horrible snake movie.
Anaconda?
No, it was like Boa versus Python.
Oh, okay. You're thinking too highbrow, Michael.
Yeah.
It wasn't even like Anaconda 3, it was like 2 steps below that. 300 and 2 Power Ranger box sets.
Right.
And then...
and that was his like courting gift. He tried to win with those.
I mean, I can think of some offensive things to say about those as choices for trying to woo another man.
I see what you did there. Yeah.
I was underage, so that made sense, I guess.
Yeah.
And
wow, okay.
creepier.
Yeah.
And then he borrowed my hoodie, slept in it, got drunk, bled all over one of my friends. Didn't really have contact with them anymore, but I kept the DVDs.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. I mean, if he bled through your hoodie, I think you're entitled to that.
No, he bled on a friend's white shirt, and he slept in a hoodie.
Sorry.
And smelled it and did creepy things. I don't know.
Great.
We have to do a podcast now with that information in mind.
Yes.
Okay. While I try and process that information, Kelsey, before you started watching the show, presumably if you're watching Linkara's reviews and then started watching the show, that wouldn't have been too long ago. Is that right?
Correct.
Okay.
Start of 2013, I believe.
Right. Okay. So it wouldn't be too long before you started listening to the podcast.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow. Okay. So have you been watching all the episodes as we've been doing the podcast, or just listening to the podcast episodes?
For me, I don't watch. I don't watch them as I listen to the podcast because I've watched them recently enough.
Sure, they're fresh in mind. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. What about you, Rick? Do you watch the episodes?
No, I stopped after like 20, and then I was like, okay, I get what this is again.
Yeah, you really don't need to see any more after that.
Eh.
It doesn't change very much. All right. Well, we might go and watch an episode, and then the four of us will return and discuss it.
Yeah.
How does that sound, Michael?
Yeah, that sounds like what we've done for 89 episodes.
That's certainly the formula. Oh, before I go, I should tell our listeners, except for Rik and Kelsey, because they know, we have a website, rangerdangerpodcast.com, where you can find the Range Danger Creature feature and show notes and all that sort of thing. If you want to send us an interweb mail, it's rangerdangerpodcast@gmail.com. For Twitter tweets, you can reach us at RangerDcast on Twitter. We're also on Facebook and iTunes and Stitcher and TuneIn and Google+. And we've got a shop, rangerdangerpodcast.com/shop. Is that
Did you
everything?
say YouTube?
No, probably not. We also have YouTube.
We may have a Tumblr. I'm working on it.
Why?
Because lots of other podcasts seem to have Tumblrs.
Okay.
And there's lots of GIFs of Power Rangers.
Sure. Well, if it'll make us cool with the Tumblr kids, we'll do it.
I'll do anything that'll make us cool.
I think we're way off that.
Aww.
All right, we're going to go watch Goldar's Vice Versa.
Yep.
And we will return to you all in a moment. And we're back. We just watched Goldar's Vice Versa.
I have so many questions.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we can answer your questions as we go through the episode. Before we sort of do the play-by-play, do you guys want to tell us sort of what it was like for you to actually watch an episode for the first time in a little while, I guess, for both of you?
Should I go first?
Yeah, Rick, let us know.
Well, I don't know how to express this. It's been a while since I've seen an episode, but I've listened to Ranger Danger for like months, so everything's gotten sort of abstract in my head. I've been like, of course, Goldar, of course, Zordon, but then you see them again, and it's like, this is so much worse than I remembered.
Yeah, it's not so much like worse to me, but it's always weirder than I remember.
Yes, that's the right word.
Yeah, I can't, like, even seeing Goldar's like weird like lion face flapping about, I'm like, oh, that's never going to get not weird.
Yes.
The day that Goldar's flapping lion face is normal, we have to stop the podcast.
Yeah, we have to check ourselves into hospital.
Yeah.
Kelsey, how about you?
It was... I very much agree with Rick that it was very familiar, but not.
Yes. It's interesting how you sort of create those abstractions in your head, isn't it? Like, you think you know the show, but until you actually see it, it's its own thing.
Yeah. It's like, oh, look, it's full screen, and the colors are horrible, and everyone's acting like puppets. You have to excuse my language barrier. I could switch to my Netherlands accent, and it would sound less painful how bad I am at the English.
Whatever's good for you, man. All right, shall we take it from the top?
Yeah, let's take it from the brand new intro.
Yeah,
which
so we got
cheated and watched last week without me.
I did. I'm sorry about that. Now, what's interesting to me about these new opening titles is there's still a shot that includes Jason's shoulder.
Yep.
Which I can only assume they were just too lazy or forgetful to edit out.
Oh, look, it's a Red Ranger. It's close enough.
But yeah, so there's Adam's there, Rocky's there.
There's two interesting things to me. The first is that Amy Jo Johnson and David Yost have moved to the top of the credits.
Yes.
And obviously, Jason David Frank is with Jason David Frank, who's an and or something.
Yeah.
So he's at the end. I assume that's just because they've been on the show the longest. And
yeah, I guess they're like veterans now, which is something I noticed. We'll get to this a bit later, but I felt like there was a vibe of them being like the elders of the team now. All of a sudden, like overnight, this happened.
I kind of like it.
Yeah, it's cool.
The other thing was, I couldn't help but feel like the only reason those three have been in the last 4 or 5 episodes was so that there was footage of them for the opening sequence. Because it's like, they've only got 3 episodes worth of footage, and I think they used it all in that opening.
Yeah, pretty much. Oh, okay, so the actual episode opens with Rocky and Adam having a... What do they call them?
A slow motion fight?
Yeah, a slow motion fight, that's right. They were fighting in slow motion. Like a demonstration or something, I guess?
Yep.
Yeah. It involves Adam being a stud and rolling around.
Adam's pants are super tight.
Yeah.
Like, you can't not notice how tight Adam's pants are.
There's a lot of ass happening.
That's definitely true. Yeah.
If I had an ass like that, I would wear the tightest pants in the world.
I would wear no pants.
Exactly.
Well, you're not coming to our next karate demonstration, Rick. I'm sorry.
It really does feel like a Jason and Zach thing.
Yeah.
I mean, you've got to wonder how far in advance they prepared scripts and story ideas when the other guys walked out. Like, was this originally going to be a Zach and Angela episode?
Do you guys remember Angela?
Yes, I was just thinking, like, Sarah's probably Angela before Zach.
Yeah.
There's certainly, I imagine, maybe even if it wasn't written, if there was a version of it like that.
Yeah. Sorry, Kelsey?
Okay. Knowing behind the scenes things, I know that the actress who played Angela was pregnant in episode 60, so I'm curious if they would have written that.
That's really interesting. I had no idea.
No.
They are all popping babies out at very young ages.
Like, she was probably like 40.
Yeah, I was going to say, they're not teenagers.
Didn't Tommy have like a 3-year-old already?
Yes.
Yes, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Power Rangers was a hive of teen pregnancy and
debauchery.
Bad influences.
Yeah, absolutely. Punching grandmothers and having babies.
Anyway, so they're having a demonstration, and then Billy turns up.
Yep.
And mentions that they're having a school dance coming up, basically, called the Vice Versa, where they're bringing feminism to Angel Grove.
One small step at a time.
Yeah, many decades late. Yeah. By having the girls invite the guys to a dance.
This was shown by some very subtle exposition. Jessica Peterson, I can't believe she asked me to the dance.
That's a fake name, right? Like, obviously it's a fake name because it's in a TV show.
Yeah.
But Jessica Peterson is not a real human's name.
That's a bad fake name. Yeah, it's interesting to me because is it Rocky, I think, who's like, about time the girls had to ask. It's like...
Of course Rocky is that guy.
Yeah.
But why did someone ask him? Like, why does
But look, see, we don't see Rocky's date, guys.
No.
I'm pretty sure Rocky was like, "Oh, my girlfriend had to go at the last minute."
Yeah,
she lives in Canada.
Back to Canada. Yeah. No one's asked Adam.
Yeah,
I just saw his ass, as if no one's asked
well,
Adam.
they're intimidated.
That's fair.
None of the girls there are ready for that jelly, Michael.
So Matt and
Michelle,
Rik and
can
Kelsey,
you handle this? Kelly,
Did
can
you
Okay, I'm
guys-
sorry.
That's okay. Please keep going. Did you guys ever go to school dances? I don't know that we ever had a dance in high school. I certainly never went to one, but that doesn't mean that they didn't happen.
But didn't you go to a special nerd school?
I mean, kind of. And that's not even just a mean riff. That's actually something that's true.
Yeah.
But there were like people in relationships at nerd school.
Yeah. Oh, I went to a regular school with regular people, and yeah, I went to school dances.
Was there ever one where the girls had to ask the guys?
No, but there was never that like date structure. You just went there. And,
You just went to the dance.
What happened on the night sort of happened. You know, you saw
Is
where
that
the moonlight
sex?
was.
That
Is that what
sounds-
you're talking about?
Sketchy.
So I'm interested in hearing, what about you guys from other countries? What was the school dance situation like?
Rick, you can go first.
We didn't really have, like, nobody really cared about our school dance. We had one at the end of the last year of high school, but, like, 3 people wore dresses and suits and the rest were too cool, so they just came in t-shirts. And somewhere in, like, I'm going to say, like, the American version of, like, 8th grade, I think, we had a school dance with a sort of competition for, I want to say slow dancing, but faster. I don't know things.
We call that dancing in Australia.
Yeah, but like fancy, sort of.
Okay, like ballroom dancing.
Yeah, sort of like that. I'm great at language and things.
That's what I'm good at
and
that.
me and a friend came in 3rd, but they only had prizes for the first 2. So
Oh no! Ouch! Oh, that does remind me. I went to a school dance once, and it was like a theme one.
Right.
And
Was it the Enchantment Under the Sea dance?
No, it was not.
Okay.
I went as the Joker, using a purple jacket and some like face makeup, obviously from the drama department, and I won the prize.
Okay, I'm going to need a photo of that.
Oh, there's photos out there. Well, maybe we'll put that in the show notes.
Yeah, I'm making a note right now.
All right.
That's very important.
Kelsey.
Okay, being from America, we have homecoming and prom. My school also had a winter carnival.
What defines winter carnival? Like what goes
Well,
on?
it's in winter.
Okay, thank you, Michael.
That's okay.
Yeah, it's essentially the basketball version of homecoming. There's no parade because it snows in my town, but there's like different booths that the different clubs set up outside of the basketball game, and then after the game there's a dance.
Wow.
The look on Matt's face, you guys can't see it. He's like,
I see American shows that I'm like, it's probably not actually like that, but it's actually like that.
I mean,
I was going to say the exact same thing. Every time I hear about America, it's like, oh, all the stereotypes are true.
Yeah.
And
Sorry, Kelsey, you were saying?
okay, and then we also these aren't every year, but we had a Christmas dance, a Valentine's Day dance, and a Sadie Hawkins dance, which is what a vice versa dance is. There is already a name for that.
Wow.
I did know that.
Yeah, that's true. Okay. But that's a lot of dances.
That's a lot of dances.
Do you have time to study?
No, America's education system doesn't.
Well, you got to get ready for those dances.
Yeah,
You're just preparing to dance and then dancing.
Yeah. And then recovering from the dancing.
Yep.
So, is it... Sorry, there's a lot to take in for me here, Kelsey. Do you invite people to these dances, or do you just go? Like,
You can ask your date
I
to
see.
the dance, or, you can go by yourself.
Yeah.
I went to prom by myself because... Woo.
yeah. Well, I'm pretty sure I went to my prom by myself. I also rode a scooter there because I'm a nerd.
Oh,
so-
jeez. I mean, look, I went by myself, but I didn't ride a scooter.
Yeah,
so...
but you went to nerd school. You're already a nerd. Like, you couldn't get any nerdier than that.
Jesus. Aww.
Yeah, I look. I calls them like I sees them.
Yeah.
All right. Well, okay. That was our history of school dances.
Yeah.
Well, what happens after that, Michael?
Laura comes up and asks Billy to go to the dance.
Yeah.
Had Laura been on the show before?
No, but she looks a bit like Billy's last girlfriend.
Are you
Or the
sure
one
that
before
wasn't
that.
Laura?
Wait, yeah. I thought that was Laura.
Was it Laura? Okay, maybe.
Someone look this up.
I-
Someone go to the wiki.
I'll look it up.
Okay.
I was kind of disappointed because Billy and Adam were sitting across from each other like, I don't have a date to the dance. Neither do I. And I was like, ooh, are they going to like break this gender stereotype thing even further? And then they didn't.
That would be so far progressive for this show. Like, way beyond the pale.
Speaking of which, I'm going to assume that Kelsey also like toyed with the idea of writing fan fiction, or didn't you?
No.
I was like,
Have you?
I was
Have
like,
you been?
should I, or like take another one and replace the names and then put in some puns, like put your power sword into my dark dimension. I don't know.
No.
So after we discussed that, what must have been 10 or 20 episodes ago now, no one has written Ranger Danger fan fiction, although we did get an email this week threatening one that's on its way.
Yeah.
Oh, gosh.
And I'm
It's
sorry,
hanging over our head like the sort of Damocles.
I'm sorry, I've forgotten who sent that email, but we will get to that in the next couple of weeks.
Yeah, well, we're going to go through that email. later.
So, Laura was indeed in Opposites Attract.
Oh, there you go. I
So-
apologise. I'm sorry, Laura. I forgot about you.
That's an impressive bit of continuity for this show.
It really is, actually. So Billy's going to the dance with Laura, but still nothing for poor Adam.
No.
Presumably because they're intimidated by what's going on in his trunk.
Apparently
All the
being
junk.
like one of the 3 best ninjas in the world doesn't come with self-esteem.
Yeah.
Well, maybe they can't find him to ask him out because he's such a ninja. He doesn't, like, travel places. He just appears there spontaneously. So he's hard to sort of pin down.
So, now we get to what is the most horrifying part of this episode.
Oh, yeah.
Bar none.
She-Bulk.
The Bulk and Skull Girls.
This is too weird.
It's
Like,
just-
I love this show's weirdness, but this took it to a weird level. Like, what's it? Like, there was... So it's gender-swapped Bulk and Skull, right?
Yeah.
Which is fine. But then when
Pretty
we...
well cast, too, I should
Oh,
say.
yeah,
Like,
pretty spot on. But when we find out that Lady Bulk has a thing for Skull
and the other way around.
and the other way around, that got to the point where I was like, oh, I'm not sure I could handle this.
Well, the episode was called Vice Versa, so we should have seen it coming.
Well, yes, that's true.
I don't know that there's any... This episode could have been called This One's Got Lady Bulk and Lady Skull, and I still would not have been adequately prepared.
So were you guys as weirded out by this as I was?
I didn't really follow this storyline, really. I was just, where are they? They were gone. There were notes. They came back.
So it's like a very sort of almost surprisingly consistent situational comedy for this show, where Bulk and Skull thought they were getting messages for some person who had tracked down the Power Rangers and was communicating with them, but it was actually just these 2 girls who wanted to get into their pants, presumably.
I missed that part. So
Yeah, and they keep sort of thinking that they're almost caught up with this person who's going to slip them information about the Power Rangers.
But they don't like these girls, so they're trying to avoid these girls.
Yeah.
So they keep going to the place that these notes are saying,
Yeah.
seeing these girls, and having to hide.
Yeah.
I'm not sure how I missed this storyline. It's not, like, difficult to get, but somehow...
Well, maybe you were just too in shock by, like, from Lady Skull and
I
Lady
blacked
Bulk.
out for, like, 5 whole minutes.
Exactly, yeah. It'll
There's
do that.
one nice gag in it, like a couple of scenes away, where Bulk says to Skull, I got this note in my locker. Do you know what this means? And Skull says, someone knows the combination to your locker.
Yes.
It's
pretty good.
That's just a nice little bit of comedy work.
Can I take this moment to say how amazing Skull's outfit is, though?
He's got an eye patch.
He has, like, a shiny blue, like, disco eye patch and, like, a Nazi officer's jacket.
Was this
And
before
he-
or after the tie-dye shirt? Because I want to talk about that for, like, 20 minutes, maybe.
I think Bulk has the tie-dye shirt and Skull has the like, almost like David Bowie glam, whatever it is going on.
Whoever's dressing them, I guess they're working out, like, all the stuff that they don't get to do because everyone else has to be in their primary colours.
Yeah.
So they can only do, like, red shirts and jeans and white shirts and jeans.
Yeah.
So on Bulk and Skull, they just go, right, what everything we've got in that size. We'll give him an eye patch. Has he worn an eye patch yet?
He probably has, though. Like,
who knows?
So you were a fan of the tie-dye shirt, Rick?
It was beautiful. Everything they were wearing was amazing. It was just so horrifying in 90s, and I really liked it.
Yeah, that's pretty great. Those two get some pretty great costumes throughout the series. That's right. So on the moon, Lord Zed says one of my favourite lines of the show so far: "No date for the dance, pathetic human," which is a pretty great put down. Like you could use as a person. You don't even have to be like an evil, skinless space monster.
But if you are, it certainly helps with the pull-off.
It does, absolutely. So it's implied at this point that that's going to be part of his plan, but we don't quite know.
It's surprisingly restrained, this episode.
Yeah.
They don't tell us what the plan is, they leave us to figure it out.
Yeah. And then tell us.
Well, I mean, yeah.
It's so ambiguous.
It's a show for 7-year-olds.
That's true.
So, Adam and Aisha are chatting in the hallway.
Yeah.
And Aisha knows a girl who's on the volleyball team. And that girl thinks Adam is pretty cute. So if Adam goes to volleyball practice, that girl will ask Adam out.
I know that we've had some teen drama on the show before, but this episode took a really heavy turn into like Degrassi Junior High territory.
If you took out the parts where, spoilers, Adam's date is Scorpina, and like cut out the rest of it, it's a pretty self-contained little like high school drama episode.
Yeah.
I'm so upset. I thought we were going to, like, reveal this, but oh well.
No, I'm sorry. We don't do that on this show. We try not to bring joy to our listeners. You should know this by now.
Spoilers!
I'm sure I said spoilers.
Yeah, but that, like, not in a way that...
Nobody gave a shit.
But
me.
You know.
Yeah.
We'll deal with it. It's nice. It's a nice friendly bit between Aisha and Adam.
Yeah.
It would have kind of been nice maybe if it had been Kimberly, just because this episode still feels like two groups of 3 rather than a group of 6 together.
Yeah, but if anything, I kind of like the fact that the new 3 are kind of a unit, because they would be closer. They knew each other before. They're also the new kids. You would be closer with the new kids, and the veterans would be closer with each other.
Sure,
for obvious reasons.
And you must have enjoyed how little rocky there was.
Well, absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, I was upset that there was Rocky at all, but I have to understand that this will happen. So you're not a Rocky fan, Kelsey?
No, what I was about to say is it felt really weird that, later in the episode, they're in asymmetric groups of 2 and 4, and Rocky is there with all of the veterans, and I'm like, okay.
Yeah, he does not belong there.
It's really mostly because he's not important enough to be in the 2 who are getting highlighted. Yeah. So he's just being thrown in with everyone else.
I feel kind of bad. Like, I don't feel bad. I will never feel bad for Rocky. But he gets what should have been the leadership position of the Power Rangers, but gets immediately shafted into, like, just being a regular Power Ranger because of Tommy's presence.
Yep.
And he's always going to be in that strange position of, like, quasi-leader, but no one will respect him or look to him as a leader. Alright, so where were we up to, Michael? Get us back on track.
The next bit happens is...
volleyball practice?
Yes.
You can't see all the quotation marks I'm making, but she's on her own in the park?
Oh, yeah, there's no volleyball in this scene, is there? I don't know why that was in the
There's a
script.
volleyball net.
Is there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay, I missed that.
So Adam's kind of watching from the top of a hill, trying to steel himself up to go down and get asked to the dance, which you would think would take some of the pressure off, but apparently not.
If anything, it's a bit weirder, because you sort of have to go down and stand there and wait to be asked.
Yeah, but at the same time, this is the park where apparently everyone in Angel Grove constantly congregates.
Yeah,
he could just, like, walk past.
Yeah.
But, so he's standing up there. It's Lord Zed's turn to cockblock.
He is so petty.
He really is. His plan, he says, won't work if Adam gets asked to the dance. So he sends down some putties. Adam fights the putties in a genuinely cool fight scene.
He's a really good martial artist.
Mm-hmm.
He's doing, like, flips and kicks and all the shit.
You're not selling it, but it's a really good fight scene. I recommend watching at least that 30-second fraction of the episode, listeners, if you weren't planning on. But that ends in him dispatching the putties pretty easily. But he notices that once he's done fighting the putties, the lady of his affections has left.
Yeah.
And he's
volleyball practice is over.
Well,
making
good.
more
I mean,
Sorry, what was that?
Good. Move volleyball practice away from the gimp-suited men.
Yeah, I mean, I imagine she saw that and was like, this probably isn't a great place to play volleyball right now. Yeah, okay, so Adam struck out here. He has to go back to the youth centre.
Yes, he does.
Ooh, there's a great bit in the establishing shot where there's people hanging around, and then someone's just throwing a volleyball against the building and catching it, and it's so... you can just feel the director going, just do anything, just make it seem lively.
What, you've never played single-player volleyball before? That's what happens when volleyball practice has to be moved away from the nets. You just got to play it against a wall.
Yeah. It happens a lot in Angel Grove.
You'd be amazed.
Have to make some strange compromises.
So there's a new girl martial artist.
Yes.
And she's doing some slow-mo martial arts of her own.
I like the idea that new kids to this school have to turn up and do martial arts as the first thing. Just like make a name for themselves because it's such a martial arty school.
She was doing some very like B- kicks. Like, is that it? Is that why Adam's impressed?
Well, I mean, it's not like there's a high bar. I get like Aisha is there and Kimberly there, but neither of them are really martial artists. They're more gymnasts.
Aisha is one of the 3 best ninjas in the world.
Oh yeah, that's true. I keep forgetting. My mistake.
I really enjoyed how Kimberly just like showed up, dropped some exposition, and then fucked off.
Yeah. That's what people do in the
She
show.
like sat down, said 3 lines, and then she was gone.
Maybe that's why she seemed like almost like a veteran to me. It's because she didn't actually have to do anything. She just got to kick back, put her feet up, seem super relaxed, say 3 things, and then go home.
You know, that's a good gig.
Yeah, it is a good gig.
So the lady martial artist, who is called Sabrina, she comes up to Adam and basically turns it on hardcore mode.
After being the biggest bitch to Aisha.
She throws her bag just into Aisha's face.
And then there was like more great acting. Mind if I join you? I'm new and haven't met any people yet.
Yeah, but this one you could justify as like in-universe bad acting, which is fine. But I don't understand why she's so mean, because it's not to her advantage to make anyone suspicious at this point. You know? Like, she would be much better served to just get along with people.
I have some questions about the plan itself.
Yeah.
But I think we'll get to that in a bit, once we get to the end of the plan.
Sorry, Kelsey, you going to say something?
Oh, I was going to say that, I was thinking that the stilted acting was, a choice, and then when it was revealed that she was Scorpina, I'm like, oh, that's just because the actress can't act.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Big shock on the show.
Not only that, I'm getting a little ahead of ourselves here, but when she is Scorpina, she holds her boomerang thing like she's confused and bewildered by it. Like, she holds it, it's sort of like almost arm length away and just looks at it like it's some sort of foreign object that she doesn't want to get too close to her body. It's pretty great.
Yeah, I assume that she was cast based solely on her resemblance to the Japanese lady who played Scorpina.
Yeah.
I think you're wrong. I think she was cast based on her amazing walking acting.
So this is kind of an interesting story. This is the last time we will ever see Scorpina on this show.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Why would you bring her back for this?
Well, here's the deal, right? Apparently the plan was originally to bring her back in a, not a full-time member of the villain cast, but about as often as she used to be on the show in season 1.
Yeah.
But they couldn't get the actress. They got her for a single part, but didn't contract her for multiple appearances or something.
What, she was too busy acting in other things?
I guess.
What?
So this is the last time we will ever see Scorpina.
Oh, have you seen her walk? I'd hire her in everything.
Well, when I make my walking movie, I'll make sure I give her a call. That's such a strange way for a relatively big character to go out of the show.
It doesn't even, they could have just killed the character off, but it ends with her teleporting away.
Well, spoilers. I guess we did, back when we did our podcast about Hexagon, she was supposed to come back then.
Yes,
so.
that was one of the loose ends that they thought, well, no one ever did anything with that.
Yeah.
But I guess it's safe to assume that she dies at the end of Power Rangers in Space.
Well, hang on. Headcanon here, guys. What can we imagine happens to Scorpina at the end of this episode? If she doesn't come back, she leaves, do you think she just, rage quits? It's oh, you guys are terrible. Goldar told me to run away.
An agent, and then...
Oh, yeah.
Based on her walking acting.
Really takes off in LA, Ed can't return to the moon because she got a gig. Like, one episode sent on, like, NYPD Blue or something, and then, like, just a minor role as a corpse. But that sort of got her foot in the door, and, yeah.
Also, she has that terrifying boomerang sword, so...
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm sure she intimidated her way into roles.
Maybe she's like, enough of this monster shit, I'm moving to Las Vegas, I'm gonna be a showgirl. I watched Showgirls yesterday, I'm sorry.
Well, look, I'm sure there's a market for, like, giant crab women. and she's kind of got the best of both worlds in that regard, because you could be like regular showgirl, giant crab lady showgirl.
What market do you imagine there is? I'm sorry, I have to...
I've never been to Las Vegas, but I presume it's filled with skeezy guys. Have either of you two been to Las Vegas?
No.
No? No?
Long
Okay.
silence, I'm sorry. I'm afraid that I keep interrupting people that I'm just trying not to speak, which isn't great.
Jump in. We brought you on here to speak for that very purpose.
No,
So speak
I haven't been to Las Vegas, but I intend to someday, just so I can recreate every moment from Showgirls. Just like kicking people in the face, going, "Fucker! Fuck off!"
We should go to Las Vegas and see if there's any market for giant crab women.
Yeah, absolutely. Stay away from Rick, though. He'll kick you in the face.
Yes.
We'll just have to make sure we schedule different trips to Las Vegas.
So there's a great bit in the episode now where Bulk and Skull are hiding from Lady Bulk and Lady Skull.
Yeah.
And they jump over the counter of the juice bar.
Yeah.
And Ernie, who must know exactly what's going on because he's been delivering these notes, just covers for them. Ernie is a true bro.
He's a good guy, Ernie. It feels like we haven't seen Ernie in a while.
It does.
It was good to see him again. And he is, once again, such a good guy straight away. You know? It's like, oh, yeah, I like Ernie.
Yeah.
Solid bloke.
So, Adam's going to go with Sabrina on a walk.
What's a trap?
Yeah, she walks over into a corner, basically.
I love when she walks.
And like, monologues about how...
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, she has this like shadow shot where she talks about her plan quietly to herself.
Like, not to anyone.
No,
it's unnecessary.
I think that's what's really galling about it, is that from a plot standpoint, it doesn't need to be there. Like, we find out what the deal is in like 30 seconds. It doesn't heighten the anticipation.
Even if we didn't, they could have done it with Lord Zed instead. It's just...
Yeah.
Fitting time, probably.
Oh, absolutely. It's definitely like 20 seconds of script they needed to pad out.
This episode is really short on plot.
Very much so.
So, Adam and Aisha have gone for a walk, and Sabrina is also there. Adam basically just wants all of his friends to be friends, which neither of the girls are particularly happy about. Which is kind of sad, except one of them's a space alien, so...
And it's also like... I appreciate Adam's effort to be a friendly guy, but this Sabrina girl is an objectively terrible person. He should probably stop trying to defend her to Aisha, right?
Well, I mean, he doesn't know that she's a terrible person.
Did you
He
see?
seems very desperate.
Well, that's true. All right, fair call.
He's willing to overlook some stuff, okay?
Like being a giant crab woman.
Yeah, you know, everyone's got a fetish.
I imagine, like, if the fight went a little differently and she didn't end up running away, at the end of the fight, Adam would just sidle up and be like, so we still on?
Oh, that's so sad.
Yeah.
Poor Adam. Oh. Alright, so I guess it's at this point that the trap is sprung.
The big reveal.
Goldar comes down.
Yeah.
And Adam goes, Sabrina, go take cover. And she goes, ha 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 ha, and turns into Scorpina.
Yeah.
This is where I got really disappointed in myself, because... So I read the first 2 lines of the synopsis, and even though it was in German, it started with... Scorpina ist zurück und getarnt als menschliche Frau. So I should have known, like, Scorpina would be in this. I forgot. Her name was Sabrina. I did not see this coming. I yelled. I was like, holy shit! On my own, in my living room.
Did you see it coming, Matt?
Yeah, because on Netflix, the preview
description
has
says
Scorpina in it.
So
which is
you
the worst.
figured it out.
Yeah, I put that shit together.
Right.
Yeah, I was prepared, unfortunately. I wish I had Rick's reaction. I wish I could have that moment of joy at Scorpina's return.
All you have to do is be really dumb and bad at predicting things.
Well, I usually am. To be fair.
I do think what I liked was those two don't know who Scorpina is.
Yeah.
And they do play like a brief beat of like, oh god, it's just another fucking space alien again.
Yeah.
There's not like, oh no, it's the terrible Scorpina, because she hasn't been around in like 40 episodes.
Yeah. What has she been doing?
Oh, you know, sunbaking.
The taxes.
Yep, she's responsible for the taxes of the Evil Moon organization.
She's in accounts.
Yeah.
Dancing in Vegas.
Well, that's right. I mean, as was established, there's a lot of
She's a
demand.
multi-talented lady.
Yeah.
So Goldar shoots chains from his sword again. I guess that's
Fire chains.
I guess that's his thing now.
Yeah, I guess.
He's done it a bunch of times recently.
Yeah.
So, okay, the plan, and please stop me if you understand what's going on.
I
The
won't.
plan was seduce Adam,
Uh-huh.
lure Adam to somewhere,
Yep.
tie him up and use him as bait.
Yes.
Why do they have to seduce him?
None of this plan makes any sense.
No, which is not new for this show, but
This one's like new levels of bad.
There wasn't even like a bribery, like, oh, give us your power coin so that we have the Rangers. It's just like, we'll lure them here.
And there's
then
a
they'll
snake
be
that
here.
will turn you into stone. Or no, just like you're
This-
tied to a tree, the Power Rangers appeared. Bye.
Yeah.
the standard kind of use for the girl is secretly evil is Goldar threatens to kill her
Yeah.
and gets them to turn over their power coins.
Yeah.
And then it's revealed that he's not going to do anything because she's Scorpina.
Yeah.
This show just skips all of that and he just ties them to a tree.
Too complicated. But yet the whole plan is to lure the Power Rangers there, which they could do just by turning up.
Yeah.
And it would have exactly the same
They
result.
go to them whenever they show up.
Yeah.
It's just...
I mean, I guess we couldn't have Goldar just walking up and slicing their throats open and be like, oh, there we go, 2 down.
That's the other thing. They tie them to a tree,
Yeah.
but then they don't do anything.
No. Because they're there to be bait.
I'm starting to understand why Michael makes a lot of noises on this, because this show is really frustrating.
It is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I will say the next scene. I
Yeah.
thought,
Wait, sorry.
Oh,
I have to interrupt
go
you.
for it.
My favorite line in the episode, I knew there was something, a reason I didn't like you, besides your hair and your clothes.
Stereotyping.
So much sass in this episode. That was pretty good.
Are you sure it's pretty sassy?
Yeah.
Like she has a defined character, which is surprising.
And separate from the previous character who filled the role, and
yeah, and
just
separate from Kimberly.
yeah,
Yeah.
it's nice.
It's cool.
So this next scene
Yeah.
is Miss Appleby shows up to talk to Billy and Kimberly about, you know, how well the preparation for the dance is coming.
Yeah,
Even
Miss
though I'm
Appleby
sure-
showing up is like a warm hug every time.
Is it?
I don't know. She just makes me so happy with her like smiling moon face, and I don't know. There's something really lovely about her on screen. It's like, oh look, it's my nice aunt who also teaches high school. I don't know. Can't really.
Alright, well, I
articulate
don't have that reaction to Miss Appleby. I'm glad that she brings joy to someone.
So I'm sure the dance was 3 days ago yesterday.
Yeah.
But anyway, so Kimberly mentions to her that this Adam's going to the dance with this new girl, Sabrina. And Miss Appleby goes, no, the last new girl was Aisha.
Dun,
And
dun,
Kimberly
dun.
goes, that's, you know, that's not a terrible little bit of plot.
Yeah, that was actually decently handled, which
Yeah.
is surprising.
Even though the episode genuinely didn't need it,
No.
they could have just had Zordon call them to the command center and say, hey, they're tied up in the park.
Yeah. And they missed a golden opportunity to use the dun dun dun.
That would be great.
Which I'm sad about, but, you know, what you going to do?
So they go to the command center,
Yep.
and I think Tommy says to Alpha 5, have you found them yet?
Can we take this quick opportunity to talk about how Tommy looks like Jesus now?
Yeah.
I wrote in my note,
I have.
Tommy's giant hair cape. That's all. It looked like a low-budget romance cover or something.
Yes.
That was exactly my note. Tommy's hair plus shirt equals romantic novel cover.
Yeah, that's it. He's a Mills and Boone character come to life.
It's great.
Yeah. I was saying to Michael that he probably looks like Jesus because Jason David Frank sees himself as Jesus at this point.
He's got like a white billowing shirt,
Yeah.
and I'd say his hair is shoulder length and like flowing.
Yeah.
And
It's
giant.
I wish he wrote into every scene astride a horse.
a white horse.
Yeah, white horse,
Yeah.
absolutely.
Oh. So he says to Alpha, like, have you found them yet?
Yeah.
And Alpha goes, yes, Tommy. And I was hoping that the next line would be sarcastic. Like, yes, Tommy, you just asked me to, and I'm searching the whole known universe for them. So just give me a couple of minutes. And look, you don't even know how this shit works, okay? One of you has ever taken the time to learn how this shit works. You want to go push some buttons? No, I'll deal with this. No, what he says is, yes, I found them. They're on the viewing globe.
That would have been really sassy for someone who has to search like one cave and like 2 dimensions and find them every time.
That's true. They're either in the park or the cave or in a dimension. So
I assume they've got some sort of homing device in their morpher.
if they don't, they're idiots. But, you know, they're probably idiots.
Yep. So, this is great. They say, oh, look, it's Scorpina. And Rocky says, who's Scorpina? And Tommy just says, bad news, man.
He said that like a noir character who's talking about like the femme fatale.
Yeah, that dame was bad news, man.
Yeah.
But it's... I mean, she's not that bad news.
No,
they
she's
fought her
no
like
more
6
bad
times
news than-
before, and they won every time.
Yeah. But, you know, sometimes she turns into a boulder that's being pushed by a spider.
Also,
I forgot about that.
Yep. That's not enough information if they're going to have to go fight her.
Yeah.
Like, oh, she's got a giant boomerang sword, and when she turns into a monster, she's like a monster, not a pretty lady.
Yeah.
There's useful information you could be providing.
Or you could, but, you know, you could be a cool guy. Like, no, she's bad news, man.
It's been 40 episodes. Maybe he forgot. Maybe that's why
He
he's
can't
like,
actually
she's
remember
bad
who she
news.
is.
And later, no, she wasn't that bad.
Scorpina. We definitely was...
Did she
Did we
rap?
fight Scorpina? She's standing there with Goldar, so she's not on our side.
Yeah.
They all get new morphing yells.
Do they all get
Yeah,
names?
everyone, even the old guys get a new yell.
Right.
And none of them are as good. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's surprising.
It's just something about trying to recapture that magic, and also something about, like, we've had enough time to get used to them.
Yeah.
It's just... Yeah. I don't know. It's weird and different.
Yeah. So the guys morph and they head to the park, and things go exactly as you would think.
Yep.
Tommy decides that the other 3 rangers should fight the parties and he'll take Goldar and Scorpina alone. Which I can only imagine was like Jason David Frank in the real world being like, get those guys to fight the parties and I'll take those guys alone because I'm such a badass.
The problem is he is.
Yeah, that is a problem.
And he makes fighting the 2 of them at once look really cool.
He does, yeah.
But I'm getting real tired of like his shtick. It's
That's
getting
very
boring.
good.
That is pretty
That's
good.
a very good version of that noise.
Yeah.
It's my only impression.
Well, Michael and I have 200 episodes of that ahead of us, so we've got to try not
But
to...
he never leaves, does he?
He never leaves.
And then just when you think
Never.
he's gone, he's back.
Yeah,
And then he's back again.
yeah.
He's like a virus.
He very much is, yes.
He's the herpes of Power Rangers.
I don't know a lot about herpes. Does herpes yell a lot while doing jump kicks?
Well, it depends on
That
the
could be
strain.
it.
Sorry, Kelsey, what were you going to say?
Okay, this dawned on me while watching this fight scene that I'm surprised they didn't do it the other way around and have... I mean, I understand that Tommy needs to look cool.
Yeah.
But there was probably stock footage of the other 3 Rangers fighting Goldar and Scorpina, and I was just impressed that the show actually filmed its own footage.
That's really true. They could have just used stock footage, and they didn't. Restraint. Wow.
They probably just didn't think of it.
That's true. They probably forgot.
Look at you
It's
bringing
been
all
so
this
long.
insight into this. I just interrupt people and mention showgirls. I should leave.
What do you think interrupting and mentioning showgirls isn't valuable? Because I disagree.
I want to blame half a second delay, but maybe I'm just annoying. I don't know.
No, look, Michael and I, when we first started recording via Skype, I had those same issues. We probably had a few weird sounding episodes because I was What is this? I need to sit in a room and talk to people like a human.
No, you don't. You'll work like a monkey.
Yes, sir.
Billy uses the lance, to do something instead of just to turn into part of a giant gun.
He teleports it in, it's not doesn't just be
Is
there.
that the first time, maybe even ever?
Maybe, yeah. It's pretty cool. He warps it in and then spins it around like a ninja.
Yep.
And then cuts the guys free of the tree, which is cool.
So Lord Zed makes Goldar and Scorpina giant.
Yep.
With a bomb.
Yep.
So
He said, I've got a few surprises in store. So I was like, oh, so this plan isn't as bad as I thought it was. But then I wasn't really that surprised. Oh, they grew.
Oh, no, it is the least surprising thing.
Yeah.
It would be surprising if he didn't make them grow. That would be the real surprise.
Imagine if he made them shrink.
Oh, that would be shocking.
Yeah.
What would they do? How would you handle that situation?
Yeah, because you could give your giant robot, but that's not... Yeah.
They don't know Ant-Man. That's going to be a problem.
It is.
Yeah.
Lord Zed, if you're listening, you can have that one for free.
Think outside the box. Really?
He's dead now, Michael.
Oh,
I'm sorry.
Oh, I'm sorry, Lord Zed.
But then Zordon had a surprise for Matt, I think.
Yeah, so this is an interesting thing where, Tommy goes, we've got trouble, despite this being a variety of trouble that they've faced and destroyed many times in the past.
Yeah.
So they've created the Thunder Ultra Zord.
Yeah.
Which looks very much the same as the thing that they just dropped on an enemy last week.
Yeah,
Wait, that wasn't the same thing?
It is the same thing.
Okay.
It was the same thing, yeah.
It's just that now, instead of dropping on them, it sits there and shoots some cannons.
It was
a much more boring thing. Yeah.
Compared to the previous Ultra Zord that they had, which shot 1 billion missiles and stuff, this one's just basically shoots some guns.
I don't even think that's a finishing move. It just looks like some footage they had from Die Ranger that was just Tor shooting a few guns for a moment, and they used that as a finishing move. There didn't even really have to be one because, of course, the two of them bitch out because Goldar's involved, and that's what he does.
It's just that between all of the different Zords they've got and all of the different formations they come in, they have a range of cool Megazord things they can do.
Yeah.
And what we get is everybody stand on each other and shoot a gun.
I've never gone from so pumped to so disappointed in such a short amount of time. I was like, oh, Thor showed up. Matt and Mike are going to be so excited. And then nothing happened. And they had the extended version of the main theme, and I was singing along, and then I realized I was still recording, so I had to run back to my computer and fix that.
I was singing along at that point as well. Have we not had the theme playing?
I don't think in this form for as long as it played.
Right. It was a strange Megazord sequence because they really built it up, and they were all talking like they're about to do a big thing, but it was just old footage that they had from the Scorpion and Goldar fight, intercut with some Die Ranger footage in not very creative ways, and then it ends in the world's biggest anticlimax.
Yeah, they just teleport away.
Let's go home.
Scorpina literally forever.
Yeah. She runs away and does not look back.
Maybe Scorpina's teleportation took her to the wrong dimension and she can't find her way back out.
Oh.
And then she just... I didn't even figure out all of my thought, but there you go.
No, look, that's
gonna leave it there.
That's as good a thought as any. Maybe she's waiting on that key guy who was around for 20 seconds at one time to rescue her.
Oh, so Lord Zed says next time you will not be so lucky.
Yeah.
Historically,
yeah,
they will.
Just looking at the statistics, I can see a trend.
They've lost once, maybe, and even then, they came back and won.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
around
I
this
admire
time,
the confidence.
Oh, Jesus! I'm sorry.
It's okay.
No, it's all right. What are you going to say, Rick?
Around this time, I was starting to think about what's the focus of this episode? Because it starts as an Adam episode, and it gets kind of an Aisha thing. Then it's a Scorpina episode, but it's named Goldar's vice versa, and the entire climax is Tommy. So,
Yeah, they don't understand story structure, which should not come as a surprise to anyone.
No.
But the idea of even having Ranger-centric episodes, I don't know if it even properly happens for a little while.
Yeah.
Until they figure out how to write a TV show, like 100 episodes into the show.
I mean, I think part of the issue is that they don't particularly have Ranger-centric fight footage to work with. And so, I mean, even though they're shooting a lot of stuff on their own and they could probably have pulled it off, at this point, it's just Power Rangers.
Yeah.
And we're lucky, frankly, that the episode focused on a couple of things.
Yeah.
And then lost focus to make it into a Tommy climax.
Well, they all have to be.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, he's the one who shoots the fireballs from his chest.
And he's one that gets really tiny and sits on top of a giant tiger, which always delights me. That tiny action figure on top of a tinier action figure.
I kind of love that shot, I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, it's great.
It's pretty good.
But what's the deal with the title then? Goldar doesn't really factor into this.
I mean,
at
he's
all.
in it.
I mean, the way he's talking, he makes it sound like it was his plan. But I don't know if that's just Goldar being an ass, or if that's actually true. Because he was like, oh, I'll be able to use Scorpina to... You know, he's talking like he masterminded the situation, so maybe that's what it is.
The German one is called Tanz mit einem Monster, which makes a little more sense, because at least they don't... You could think maybe they mean Scorpina, I guess.
Can you explain what that is in English?
I don't speak that great German. Whoa, or English, apparently. Dance with a Monster, I guess. I
That's
do
not
really
terrible.
enjoy. Nur
Dance with a
Aisha
Mon-
scheint skeptisch zu sein und begleitet Adam bei seinem Date mit hübschen Lady. I don't know what it means, but it sounds
I
great.
heard Aisha, Adam, Lady.
Yeah, that's what you need to know.
And
That
date.
is a description of this show.
Dance with the Monster is such a better episode title.
All these titles are amazing.
Yeah.
Z-Wave is called Das Magische Radio.
What?
I know.
Like Monster Radio, I guess.
That's
breaking up-
also great.
I think
I'm
we
breaking
have
up
a
on all my
separate
episodes.
segment
Let's see.
where we read names of episodes in German
Yeah.
and try and guess what that means in English.
Done.
Because neither of us speak a word of German.
I love it.
Okay.
All right,
How
so
about Die Blume des Bösen?
Oh, that was the Bloom of Doom?
Yes, I think so. I don't know. There's no English titles. Last one before I derail everything. Jason is der Beste.
That's true, yeah.
even I know what that one means.
Yeah.
All right, so we're back at the dance.
Yeah.
And Adam's pretty glum because his date turned out to be a horrible crab monster.
And because nobody's able to dance. Like, that was
It's
awesome.
great. isn't it?
It's so awkward. The problem is that some of them can dance.
Yeah.
Like, they're there because, I mean, obviously Zach isn't there anymore. He was the dancer. But they've been shown to be able to dance, like,
Well, not this
professionally
time.
before.
I needed Zach
but-
to, like, show up and get crunk, but he didn't do anything.
No, he's in Switzerland for a peace conference.
Oh, yeah.
Switzerland?
Yeah.
He's left the show.
He's definitely dancing there.
Yeah.
Like, on the tables.
So
That's his contributions to peace.
someone says, cheer up, Adam, things could be worse. And Tommy says, yeah, you could be here with Scorpina. Which, it's just really rubbing it in, isn't it?
It really
like,
is. That's not comforting.
I understand the vague sentiment there,
Yeah.
but it's just, I mean, geez, that's a bit mean.
Yeah.
And then Adam says something about, like, friends are more important, and he winks, which was creepy as hell.
He's trying to get in with Tommy and Kimberly there, isn't he? And that's what's happening.
Yeah.
Oh,
He's
my.
like,
Yeah.
yeah. Friends. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sexy friends.
Don't do that. Don't. I'm so glad this isn't a video podcast because that hand gesture there was not okay. Neither is that look. Oh boy. Okay. Ooh, audio podcast.
So, a girl, what's her name? Sarah, the volleyball player?
My notes
Sure.
say Sarah. Sarah,
Excellent.
where's your date? And she looked so intense, I thought she was going to answer, I killed him, but she didn't.
So, she came alone,
Yep.
and Adam doesn't really know what to do. Aisha basically says, dickhead, ask her to dance.
Yeah.
Wasn't
He
it a
does.
vice versa dance? So she should be
It
asking.
was. She should. That's not what happens. Adam's just a rebel. He breaks all the rules.
Does it even like? Does it count having a date if you ask them at the thing? Aren't you supposed to go to the thing with your date?
I mean, does it matter?
I guess not. Does any of this matter, Michael?
Well, okay, hold on. If you want to get like that, then no, nothing matters. It's all bleak, and we might as well just all kill ourselves right now. But on a specific level, I don't think that matters that much.
I go through this question back to you guys. Did you guys ever get anything positive out of school dances? Do you think it was a worthwhile experience? Kelsey, you can go first this time.
No.
Okay.
It was just a massive pit of people grinding against each other, and I would sit awkwardly in the corner and sip on some soda.
Yeah, that sounds like you're one of us.
Yep.
Oh, I kind of enjoy them, just like dancing to bad music. That's fun, right?
He's European. That doesn't count. They like dancing.
None of us were closed. That's just a Europe thing.
Yeah. They didn't seem to get put through the meat grinder of misery that Americans and Australians did.
Well, it was just, at a dance, anyone's either dancing with the person who you expect them to be dancing with, or standing awkwardly on the side, not having anyone to dance with. It's we could have just all done this at home. I have the internet there.
Yeah.
That's why you dance. It's easy.
Get to listen to Aqua and stuff like that. So
yeah, what a bonus.
And Five Ive, yeah.
Yep.
The good times.
Who doesn't love some Five Ive? Is it Five Ive who are all bankrupt? Did I send you that link?
Maybe. I don't know.
I'll have to look that up and I'll put it in the show notes.
Is this an Australian thing?
No, Five Ive were British.
They're just called Five.
No, if you spell it number 5 IVE, I will pronounce it Five Ive.
Sorry,
yeah,
like the
I
film
know Five.
Sevenin and the TV show Number 3ers.
Michael's
And Mur 8er by Num 3ers. For a while, they were going to call Final Destination 5-0 Destination.
Excellent.
It's a
that
pretty
would
great
be pretty
thing.
good, actually. Yeah,
I'm disappointed that it wasn't Transformers for the most recent one.
I'd have gone if that had happened.
That would have been the wrong choice.
Yeah.
Oh, this is stepping way on the side of the episode, though.
That's how it works.
There was an article posted by the director of the Power Rangers film that's coming out, and he was talking about the script.
Yes.
And he described it as mature but playful. Does anyone want to have a guess at what that means?
Yeah, so we might as well have a talk about this now.
Yeah.
And I've got it open. It's too early to actually tell anything about this movie.
Yeah.
Right? Without seeing a cast or concept art or even a trailer and footage from the film, it could still be a disaster. And as a person in Hollywood, he's going to know how to talk the talk.
Yeah.
But as far as I can tell at this point, he's talking my kind of talk, I think.
It sounds very promising.
It does, because he's talking about it being, it's not a parody from the sounds of it, but they're not going to go, grim dark with it.
Yeah.
It should be fun. And, that is half the battle for me.
Knowing is the other half.
I was going to say that. That's weird. Yes, knowing is the other half of the battle. Thank you, G.I. Joe. So I thought I would mention that while I remembered it.
Yeah, he also says that they're at the beginnings of casting.
Yeah.
Which could mean a cast by Comic-Con.
Yeah.
That could be, that's maybe a month and a half away. That's enough time for that, possibly.
Yeah. Rik and Kelsey, are you guys looking forward to the film? Will you be there opening night? Was that a very
probably.
quiet yes?
I think
That
that
was
was
a creepy yes.
Voldemort.
Okay, that's cool. Good. I love creepy yeses.
I like giant monsters. I like color coordinated things. I like robots fighting. So it's all a win. I do want Rita in there. I don't want a creepy something. Just Rita Repulsa, giant silver hair, all of it. I need that.
Yeah, I'm with you.
On a penny farthing.
Yeah.
Preferably.
That would be good. I think that's asking too much, but that would make this my favourite film.
Yes.
We could just get Ivan Ooze again. That would be terrible.
Oh no.
I don't think Ivan Ooze is that bad.
No.
He's the worst.
He's not the worst, because you haven't seen Turbo, a Power Rangers movie.
No, I haven't. That's true.
I think I have.
There's a pirate ship involved?
There is a pirate ship involved. It's a ghost pirate ship.
Oh, good.
But I don't want to spoil any of that movie for you, because I want to watch your face as you experience it for the first time.
All right.
All right, so back at the dance, Ernie has another note for Bulk and Skull.
Yeah.
Oh,
And he tells them that they should get a secretary because he quits. And Skull says, "You'll never escape Bulk and Skull."
It's a pretty great line.
It's just, it's so... This show nails some stuff and misses the boat on the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
And it's just... So look, it's Lady Bulk and Lady Skull, and Bulk and Skull finally figure out what's been going on, and then get sexually assaulted?
Yeah, that's exactly what happens. It's
and then people
fucked
laugh
up.
at them.
Yes!
It's just... It's too far for me.
Yeah.
Like, even though it's the obvious end to this entire storyline.
It is...
Sexual assault isn't... I don't...
but that's the thing,
the
though,
logical
right? It's like,
conclusion.
It's one of those things where if you don't think about it for more than a second, you're like, ha ha ha. But if you do, you're like, those people were sexually assaulted.
They didn't like these girls. They spent time running away from these girls, and then they got grabbed by these girls and dragged out onto a dance floor and kissed.
Can you imagine if the genders were swapped?
Oh,
there?
They were really committed to
yeah.
switching those stereotypes.
It would have been
Well,
messed up.
It's vice versa day, so you got to go the other way around.
Yeah, someone needs to get assaulted, that's for sure. But this time it's a guy. Woo.
Yay, I guess.
And then that's the end of the episode.
Yeah, it leaves on that fantastic note.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so Matt, I would like to introduce a new feature.
Okay.
You hate ranking things.
Yes.
We've discussed this maybe on the podcast, but maybe not.
Yep.
But I think
because art is objective.
I think I've convinced you.
Yep.
We can rank episodes as a Rocky, an Aisha, or an Adam.
Yep.
What did you think of this episode?
I reckon it was Adam for the most part. Probably between Aisha and Adam.
So an Aisha and a half.
I would prefer like an almost Adam, like an Adam minus.
Right.
Well, okay, I presume you guys understand the system that we're using here. Would that be correct to say? Yeah. All right. So, Rick,
Yes.
where would you rank it on that scale?
There was some terrible plotting, but there was also Scorpina disguised as someone named Sabrina and a tie-dye shirt. So, yeah, this is a definite Adam for me.
That's an Adam from Rick. Okay, Kelsey.
I'm going to agree with the Adam and a half. I think you
That's
guys
even
covered
better.
everything, but...
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Did I just say an Adam and a half? I meant an Adam minus. Whoops.
This
Well,
one
look, I was
broke
gonna
the
say,
scale.
You can't go higher than Adam. Like, you've seen what his bottom looks like. There's no topping that.
So to speak.
I'm writing this down for my
that be
fan
the-
fiction.
I walked into that one.
Yep.
Okay. Well, so Michael, do you?
Yeah, this was an Adam.
It was
This
an Adam?
was if it had resolved the weird sexual things and the plot better, it would have been like an Adam plus.
Yeah.
But I think as it is, everything except the weird stuff was all good and interesting and exciting.
Yeah.
Alright.
It also had that awesome 30-second Adam fight that was really good.
It was really good. I'll see if I can GIF it. I don't know quite if I figured out how to do that yet, but I'll see what I can do.
Well, if we get a Tumblr, that should go on the Tumblr, right?
Yep. So, this is the last appearance of Scorpina.
Yes.
Do you think we should adjust her position on the Ranger Danger Creature feature?
Sure. Where did she fall? On the
She's
video?
currently at number 32.
Okay, I think we should drop her down the elevator shaft.
Well, she's currently one above Goldar.
Drop it down.
Oh.
Did you see her walk? You people.
I wasn't as enamored with the walking as you were. To be perfectly honest.
There was this bit where she turned the corner and just basically slapped Aisha with a straight arm. It was so dumb.
Oh dear. Okay, so I don't know that she's worse than Goldar. I guess is my only.
So why don't we say that between the B minus plotting and the A plus walking, she's staying in about the same position.
Okay, I'm happy with that.
Okay.
All right. You guys won't know, but last week we introduced a new feature, the Ranger Danger sword board.
Yes.
How many features are there now?
Oh,
Quite a
there's
few.
many.
Yeah, we're branching out.
In this one, we rank all the swords that appear on the show.
Okay. Do you want to remind the listeners and Rik and Kelsey about what we did last week?
Certainly. So there are currently 7 swords on the sword board.
Yeah.
In order from 7 to 1, they are the Sword of Power.
So 7 being the worst, we should say.
7 is the worst.
Yeah.
The Sword of Light the power sword that Jason and now Rocky have, the Sword of Darkness, Saba, the Megazord's power sword, and the Thunder Megazord sword.
Which is at number 1 because it's an awesome katana that makes period Japanese illustrations flash when it is removed from its sheath.
So it gets the top reward on the sword board.
Yeah.
Scorpina's boomerang sword.
Yeah.
Where would you put that on the sword board? Man?
At the bottom.
Really? I mean, she
use
doesn't
it?
use it for anything. No,
Yeah, that's the
she's
thing.
never used it for anything. But it's kind of cool.
Was it Scorpina's thing that made people become evil? Or was that
No,
another?
that was Slippery Shark's
Fin.
fin
Okay.
that was also a sword shaped like a boomerang.
Yeah, look, I would put it at the bottom of the list.
Below even the Sword of Power.
Probably. Rik and Kelsey, do you guys have any particular attachment to Scorpina's sword?
I did like how bad she was at holding it, so...
Yeah. I mean,
At least
like,
it's not like... It doesn't have the same name as another sword on the show, so it has that going for it, I guess.
yeah, because it doesn't have a name. I'm sure they would just call it Scorpina's power sword if it was in the dialogue hall.
Maybe the
Alright.
sword Pina? I don't know. No.
Sword Pina is pretty good.
Sword Pita.
Yeah.
It's not good enough to...
It's not good at all,
rank
guys.
On the
Don't
sword
flatter me.
board, though. Alright.
Alright, cool. That's pretty much it.
Yeah. We say goodbye to Scorpina.
Yeah, goodbye, Scorpina. I would like to say I miss you, but that was such a...
We frankly had forgotten that you'd gone.
Yeah, and then such a misuse of your character here that, like, it's easy to say goodbye, frankly.
Yeah.
But it's interesting now that this is the first episode of the new era, I guess, with the new guys.
Yeah.
And it's interesting how quickly a dynamic is formed.
Yep.
You know, like...
Do you miss the old guys? Did you ever think, like, man, I miss the old guys in this one?
No, but I think it's because I'd been missing them previously.
Right.
And I've sort of come to terms with them not being there anymore. Yeah, and I'm kind of excited for a new direction, you know? So yeah, that'll be good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah. So, obviously, we want to say thank you so much to Kelsey and Rik for joining us on the show. It has been a genuine pleasure having you guys on.
Yay!
Yay!
That was Kelsey's voice. For the listener at home.
And I'm sure we'll have both of you on in the future. Although
Better.
maybe on separate episodes so we don't have to stay awake at 11 o'clock to record.
Yeah, do the other listeners know, like, what time it is for everyone right now?
Yeah, so here in Australia, we're at almost 11 o'clock. What
On a
time is it for
Sunday
you, Kelsey?
It's almost 9 a.m.
Right, so you had to get up quite early. And Rik, where are you at time-wise?
It's 3 p.m. here. I have nothing to complain about, except for my pronunciation of words.
The damn Netherlands, man. They get to ride nice bikes everywhere.
And record podcasts in the middle of the day.
Yeah,
What a bunch of a-holes.
that's right.
We're the worst!
That's a great note to end the episode on.
Yeah, so we will be back next week with episode 90, Mirror
Der
of
Spiegel
Regret.
der Angst. I'm sorry.
That again,
That
it
does
sounds
sound
better.
like it's German for the Mirror of Regret.
Yeah.
Which I believe from the Netflix description is also an Adam-centric episode.
Oh, that's exciting.
So he's getting a couple right out of the gate.
I wonder if that will be an Adam episode on our scale.
Who knows?
Who knows?
All right, thank you again, Rik and Kelsey.
Yeah, thank you for joining us. Thank you for your incredible music and artworks. And yeah, it's been really good having you. Have you had a good time? Did you have a good time on the show?
Yeah.
That's an awkward silence.
I was pointing at Kelsey because that's how computers work. I'm sorry.
What?
We turned off video call. I can't see you anymore.
Okay, I would ask you again. Did you have a good time on the show?
I did, apart from my incredible incompetence.
There we go. That's better. That's a better answer. And it was not incompetence. You were great. You did really well.
Thank you.
I'm going to take Kelsey's awkward silences that she was miserable.
Oh, I said yes already. I'm sorry.
It's all right. Yeah. Okay. Cool. We'll see the listeners next week. And yeah, talk to you all soon.
Bye, guys.
Thank you, guys.
Bye. Thanks for having us.
Bye.
And podcast done. Look at that. How easy is that? Art is made in a
Can
matter
you
of
stop
hours.
saying that, please?
No, it's art, Michael.
Rik, will that
done that to myself before. I have listened to a few episodes of the show, and then I'll hear me say something, and I'll be like, "Oh, I was just thinking that." He said exactly what I was thinking, before realizing that's because it's me, and I think exactly like I do.